Okay, the reason I'm doing the video I'm doing is because I felt it necessary to explain why we do what we do and why we do it the way we do it. I don't necessarily consider this me justifying the way we do things or why we do things, because I really don't feel like I need to justify it. But to people that don't have pigs in their area or have land that pigs devastate, they find it really hard to understand what's going on here. And that's what I wanted to do. I want to explain it to people that are kind of uneducated. Pigs were first introduced to America in the early or the late 1400s. It was right when the Pilgrims, Christopher Columbus, and all them people came over, and they brought domestic pigs for food as livestock. And these domestic pigs either escaped or were let go, and happened to thrive in the southeastern United States and other places as well. As I think there's pigs all the way over in California. Somehow they got onto the island Hawaii and everything. Well, regardless, they lived for so long out here. And then hunters imported Russian boars to do hunts here in America and let them go. And these boars mixed with the already domestic pigs that were here to form the species of the pigs that you see now. You can see the lighter skinned pigs in this video. Those are more bloodline of the domestic pigs that were brought over by the settlers, and the darker colored pigs, like the black ones, are more kin to those Russian boars. They have different features. Their skulls are set up a little different, their snouts, different colored furs, different length of hair, tusk size. Aggression is definitely a big key in deciding whether they're domestic or not domestic. What's the word I'm looking for? Whether they're the livestock that was brought over with the settlers or the Russian boars. But there are some difference, and there's also the hybrid species, and you can see those. Those are like the pigs that are black and white, and you can see some brown ones here. But anyways, these pigs, they thrive in America, and they are an invasive species, doing over $1 billion in damage to the ag industry in 2011. And an example of what they'll do is when a farmer goes down and plants, corn in a row, like he'll bury the seed, which he pays somewhere along the lines of $500 a seed, and $500 for a bag of seed, and that seed maybe will get him 3/4 of an acre. But anyways, the pig will go down that row right there, and before that corn even grows, I mean, I'm talking a night or two after the farmer plants it, and he'll just eat every single corn seed. And so the farmer's out the money of the seed, and the farmer's also out the money he was going to make off the crop. So that's what they do to farmland. They will also devastate deer populations, not by means of killing them, but by means of eating all their food sources. Pigs defecate and urinate in their watering holes, or the water source that they drink from, which happens to also be the water source the deer drink from. They run deer off because deer don't really care to hang around a group of 18 pigs. But that's the reason people have this hatred towards pigs, is the damage they do. They also, turkey and quail both lay their eggs on the ground, and these pigs got noses like dogs, like a bloodhound, and they'll sniff out these quail nests or these turkey nests, and they'll eat the eggs right off the ground. We do quail hunting on the land, so where we cut the checkered paths across the field where we quail hunt, they'll go in these paths and just root it up. And when you're trying to focus on quail hunting and get on your bird, and you got these sometimes 4 feet hole dug in the ground, it gets kind of dangerous. You could easily slide in there and break an ankle, especially if you got an elder person hunting. But that's why people do this, and a lot of people disagree on different ways of hunting hogs and what's the most efficient method. The way we're doing it here is with a corral trap. It's made by Jaeger Pro, and it's just basically, it's kind of like cattle fences. The fence is actually, the design of the fence is patented by Jaeger Pro because it doesn't allow any pigs to fit through the holes in it, no matter what size, how old, or anything like that. And it's just that big old corral fence, like cattle fence. It's got a gate on the front of it that opens straight up in the air. You can see the gate closed right there. And it's got a trail cam in the back where the pigs are hanging out. And the trail cam will take a photo and text it to my phone. It's actually up to 4 people in the group message, and let you know what's in the trap, so you can see how many pigs you got in the trap. You text the camera back the trigger code, and it'll shut the gate remotely, so you don't even have to. You could be miles away from the area and still take care of your catching your pigs and everything. So why we use this method is because it gives us the ability to catch 100% of the pigs we have on the property. For example, if we were using just a traditional tripwire trap and we had a sounder of 10 pigs, and let's say 3 pigs walk in there and the third pig trips the tripwire off, that is going to shut the gate, of course, and now you have 7 pigs that you didn't trap. Well, pigs are among the top 5 smartest species on the planet. So these 7 pigs learn very, very quick not to come back into a trap and not to mess with any traps. So then you get 7 pigs that you now have to shoot. Well, a lot of people say run them off with dogs. Running them off with dogs is great. It solves your issue, but it does not solve anybody else's issue, because the pigs just run to the next piece of property where they ain't running dogs, and that's where they hang out. They come back to your property, you hit them with dogs, and they're gone for another long time. So, yeah, running with dogs solves them for you, but it may not solve them for your neighbor, which this is where you get into the issue. If everyone ran dogs, or if everyone ran traps, how could you do it? Or would that be efficient? And to be honest, I don't think there's a really good answer, but we choose to do it with the Jaeger Pro trap. We've had great success with that. As of now, we've been running it for a year and maybe 3 months, and we're almost up to 150 bodies down on the land. So that's pretty good. We had a good little while over the summer where the pigs were gone, but they're coming back on now, full-blown deer season. You can see as I'm using a 22, a lot of people think pigs are these giant tough animals that they're really no tougher than a deer. I use a 22 just because it's quiet. The best way to dispatch them, in my opinion, because if you hit them the right spot in the head, they don't even make a noise. You just shoot them right in between the eyes on the skull. These pigs fall over and don't make a noise. That way they're not alerting any other pigs in the area that you have trapped them or killed them, because pigs actually communicate very well among each other through a series of grunts and everything. If you go look at Jaeger Pro's YouTube page, which I may put in the description or not, if not, just type on YouTube Jaeger Pro, Jarpro, Jaeger Pro, and they really break this down to a science on how to do it. They're really great company. But yeah, and as you can see here, a lot of people say pigs come out, they get this rap for being very aggressive, which I'm not saying pigs can't be aggressive, and the bigger boars tend to be a lot more aggressive, but for the most part, these pigs are scared of you. If they see you in the woods, they're going to take off the other way. They don't want anything to do with you. I really have never, other than when I've cornered a pig in a trap or something, had it come at me, but yeah, in the wild, pigs really pose no threat to your body. There's no bodily harm being posed by a pig in the wild. With that, I'm going to leave y'all to it and let you see what my dog Lily does when I put her in the trap with a pig. ready to hand her over to me after. Don't you come at me, motherfucker.
Bring her to you?
Hand her through this. Lily, to your right. Lily, come here. She's a hog dog. That a girl. Game over. That's fun getting in the pin with a big attack. You see it come at me? That's why I shot it right there. Good game. You asked for it.